We got 1,000 freaking subscribers. 1 freaking thousand. Do you know how many that is? That's a lot. It's a lot of subscribers. So I'm doing a little bit of a special case opening here. 1,000 cases. That is 1 case for each one of you beautiful souls. Anyways, guys, in this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the updates of CEOPS coming up and the future of CEOPS in general. So what we're looking at right now is a new menu for the current test build that I have. So this will be in a future update. This is what the menu will look like. You can check out the settings. This is standard. This is what it comes with. I did not have my aim assist up. Get that out of your head. There's a new loadout menu. I will show you knives at the end, but that's right. There are knife skins coming soon, which is super freaking exciting. It's something I've been wanting since I pretty much started playing the game. I've been very excited for a different type of knife or knife skins. We will get to that later. It is freaking sick. If you look at the play option here, if you go under filters, there are little images for each of the maps now, which are really cool. So you can you get a little piece of the map right here, which allows you to kind of remember what you're doing if you're a newbie and you don't have the maps memorized exactly. So it's really important to notice that I actually have 1,000 cases. I think it's something like $1,000 to open all of these cases. Remember, I am in a test build, so I didn't actually spend $1,000, but I thought it'd be really cool to see what it's like to open up this many cases. How many skins can you get? How many like crazy skins? How much blue dust do you get by the end? And we're gonna find all that out by the end of this video. I will be fast forwarding a lot of this because it would take hours to sit through all of it. There is a new case animation, which you are seeing right now. I'm only going to be showing it for a few of these, and then the fast forwarding will happen. Though all of the tier 4 and tier 5 skins will be slowed down, and I will be commenting on a few of them as well. But I mainly want to talk about a couple of the updates and basically what I see the future of CEOPS being. So there is a new map, Grounded. It is basically an airport. There's some planes. I'm going to show some footage of that at the end, but there is a new map. I got to play on it. Really cool. Really well done. Not entirely sure whether it is T or CT based yet. I don't know exactly how well that'll be. I know that the B bomb site is in the CT spawn, so that one will be pretty easy to guard. But I haven't played it competitively yet. Though Kings were in a match against the devs, I was not in that particular match. Though Kings did 13-0, 13-0 the devs. That's 13 wins to 0, like decimated. Totally destroyed them. The reason the Kings got to verse them was because the very first mobile esports tournament, that was one of the prizes, that the winner of that tournament would get to... Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I got the angry hands in this. How many cases did I open? I'm at 966. I opened up 34 cases and I got the angry hands on this fake account where I'm not going to get to keep these skins, by the way, guys. I will not be keeping these skins. It's not that way. But I can't believe that I just got that Euratio angry hands. Like, what? Come on. That's freaking bullcrap, man. The reason the Kings got to verse them was because the very first mobile esports tournament, that was one of the prizes, that the winner of that tournament would get to do a clan versus devs match on the new Grounded map, and that is what happened. Pretty awesome. I was happy to be able to spectate it there. I got to play with the devs a little bit before and after. It was pretty awesome. Like I said, the map is very fun. So one of the main things I want to talk about in this video is a Q&A that Critical Ops did in a community stream. They did post it on YouTube. It is also on Mobcrush. There will be links in the description. Go check those out. If you leave right now, make sure you come back here still. I'll be going over most of what they talked about here, but if you want some of the minor details, some of the little fixes that you guys might care about, make sure you definitely go check it out. Subscribe to them, whatever. But then come back here. That's pretty important. You got to come back here. Floral, also really sick. I'm getting all these super sick skins here, man. I feel like I never get any skins like this when I do this on my own, on my actual account. Freaking Kraken skin. Or Kraken? Kraken? I don't know. The octopus skin. So sick. That's that's probably my favorite one in the game right now. All right, find like a Sharpie. Find a pen. Something that you can write on your hand with. Or even like your face. I'm okay with you writing on your face. That's totally cool. As long as your parents approve. And if they don't, do it anyways. And then go back to AppUniverse's stream at whatever time it is right now. And then you'll remember, and even if you forget, you'll see it later in the mirror. It'll be totally worth it. Totally off topic. Let's get back to this. One of the first questions in the Q&A was, when will Grounded be released? This was a question asked to Ben. He is, I believe, the art director. He's in charge of all things art at Critical Force. Basically what he said is, once it's optimized properly, it's not very far away. So I believe it's in like the next 2 to 3 patches away, we will be seeing this grounded map available to everybody. It is important though to remember that this does take a lot of time. He did say that the airplane alone took over a month.
From like the samurai swords that can be done in maybe like half a day or a day, to like bigger props, like you said, like the airplane in Grounded, for example, that took like well over a month.
He also mentioned that there will be some other maps coming out in the future too. Like they're not just going to stop with Grounded. They do want to add some more as well later. I would also like to mention too, though, what I would like to see as far as maps, and that is like a 1v1 aim map. They have these in Counter-Strike, and I know that Critical Ops is not Counter-Strike, even though it does have a lot of things similar to Counter-Strike. It is not Counter-Strike. It is not the mobile Counter-Strike. It is just Critical Ops. I would love to see some sort of 1v1 aim map. Those are anywhere from a map that's good for sniper rifles, a map that's good for assault rifles like the M4 AK, or even one for like a pistol. Basically what these are is there are a bunch of guns on the ground. You get one clip, so you get 30 bullets. It's 30 out of 0, so you can't reload it. Once you're out of those 30, you drop your gun, you pick up a new one. And basically this allows you to perfect your aim very, very well. I hope they come out with it. Speaking of a new map like that is the tutorial level. Now, this is not just a tutorial, it's a tutorial level. There will possibly be bots in this tutorial level, I'm not sure, but I would love to see some sort of small, wide open, so basically like there's crates and you can hide behind the crates, peek out, shoot, and it just really allows you to hone your aiming, and I'm not sure if that'll be in the tutorial level, but it would be really, really nice. There was a lot of things brought up about bots and new game types. I'm pretty freaking excited for the possibility of new game types. Bots are kind of okay. Somebody asked about zombies, and Yuri, talking to Magic Mika, was trying to confirm or deny whether this was something that they would be able to do, or if this was something they were going to do. They didn't really say whether they would or wouldn't. Mika did say, if anything, not for at least 6 months.
When would we be able to look into it? Half a year, a year?
At least a half a year from now, so.
Yeah. So no zombies, no zombie apocalypse for at least half a year.
So we do have that to go off of. Plus, in the YouTube video I was talking about earlier that they posted of the Q&A, somebody posted in the comments, will there be a hostage rescue or gun game? And Critical Force responded with, hostage rescue? No. Gun game? Maybe. So I don't know if we'll see zombies. We're not seeing hostage rescue. However, a gun game is a possibility. If you don't know what a gun game is, that's basically where you start out with a predetermined gun. Once you get 1 to 2 kills with that gun, it automatically switches to a new gun. And you basically play this way until you go through however many guns they put in the mode. So maybe there's like 15 guns, so you're forced to get 30 kills. I would love to see a gun game. It's one of my favorite modes. I used to play it a lot in Call of Duty. I played a lot in Bullet Force, and it is freaking awesome. So speaking of other game modes and such, Yuri had Tim and Kimmy in talking about some other things. And one of the questions Yuri asked them, are we planning on making other game modes? And Tim, I don't think he was thinking, but without hesitation said, oh yeah. He kind of like stopped himself after and was like, I can't really go into it. But he was very, very immediate to his oh yeah.
Are you going to have more game modes like gun game or zombie mode?
Oh yeah. Well, we can't say anything specific about the exact game modes that will come up in the future.
I know at a different point in the interview, they were talking about nerfing or buffing certain guns, and it got brought up that, you know, there will be other game modes, and you can't really make sure it's balanced for each one because they're trying to focus on Diffuse, and Diffuse has certain set prices. So if you buy a gun that costs more, typically it's going to be better. So it's a little hard to balance it with other game modes. So that was another little hint that there will be some sort of game mode. I think we just have to wait about 6 months, maybe a little longer, but I'm hoping for the earlier the better.
As we're thinking about more game modes as well, it's impossible to balance every weapon for every single game mode specifically.
All right, this next point is probably the most, in my opinion, controversial thing that was brought up. It's something that I hate hearing about so much. I cannot stand hearing about it. Some people love it, some people hate it, and that is the infamous aim assist. The AA.
Can we get rid of the aim assist? No.
It is just so much fun. When I'm streaming, I get to hear people, Brandon, do you use aim assist? TheAppUniverse, do you use aim assist? Oh my god, I just can't stand it. It's not something that I enjoy using. It's kind of one of those things that's like, if you're not using aim assist, it's like, I did that. And you have like a sense of accomplishment that you can have, that you can feel for yourself. And it's just nice. You got that kill. When you have aim assist on, it's like, man, Look at what that computer just did. And it's just not nearly as exciting when a computer gets a kill for you. It's not quite the same as an aimbot, but it's just frustrating. With some subjects, you know, I don't know what the best option is for fixing some certain situations, but for this one, I think I have a pretty solid understanding of it and what they could do to fix that. And that is to just get rid of the option. I don't care if it's on, I don't care if it's off. Put it at 50%. That's totally cool. I don't really care, but if the option's gone, one, I won't have to hear about it anymore, which is great. Two, I'm sure they won't have to hear about it as the developers, which will also be great. Newcomers will still have aim assist, and professional players who are still playing, like, who cares? Like, we're all using aim assist, shut your face. Like, it's just here. You know, there's a lot of talk about, well, you know, can we just have the option to turn it on or off in private lobbies? And basically what that would do is allow for tournaments to be a little bit more regulated, and you know that nobody's using aim assist. Now, one of the things that Kimmy said that is a really good point is that you don't want to split the community, right? You don't want to have half the games being aim assist and half the games not.
Can we make it a room option? We've been looking into that. We don't have answer on that yet. We'd rather not split the community.
I don't think that would really work very well. During one of the updates from test flight that Critical Force put out, it got rid of the aim assist option. And you know, it was stuck at 100%, which was a little annoying because when an enemy runs up to you and you have aim assist that high, it forces you to do like a full 180 turn to follow them, or whichever way they're going, you follow them. And it can be very, very annoying. However, I couldn't turn it off. The talk about aim assist died pretty quickly. Like, it was just over. There was no, what do you want me to do? I'm still gonna play the game. Aim assist isn't there. It was at 100%. It was a little annoying to get used to, but people stopped complaining really quick. Most of the people were happy about it. Let's be honest. A lot of the people out there, they do use aim assist, and that's fine. That's fine. You know, aim assist is an option there to allow players to get better, and then ideally once they get better, they turn it down. But you know, for tournaments, they're gonna have it on. I mean, if you have the option, I know it's not quite an aimbot, but if you have the option to use an aimbot or not in a tournament, I mean, you're gonna do everything you can to win, right? Now in pubs, it's a little annoying, but honestly, just get rid of the option or tune it down, and then just get rid of the option, and I think we'll be set. For instance, I used to play a ton of Modern Warfare 2. Did you know that game has aim assist? Amongst many, many, many other games. I had no idea that these games had aim assist. Now, it's not anything crazy. It's not super noticeable, but I remember I used to do a lot of like quick scopes and sniping tricks and such. You know, whenever you're spinning around, you would slow down a little bit once you came across the enemy. That's aim assist. I never even knew. It wasn't an option to turn on or off, so it was never a controversial matter. Just my opinion, but I think that's a good option. Now, the downside to it is that a new player wouldn't see that, right? So they just think they suck and everyone's better, because let's be real, when you get into a game like this where there's a ton of people who are really good, it doesn't matter really if you have aim assist, you're gonna get mowed down, you're going to get wrecked. So with the aim assist option, you know, they can know that they have it up, and if they get to a point to where they turn it down, they can know that they are improving. So I do see the benefit of the actual option being there. However, I think it's minor in comparison to, I don't know, the overall hardcore part of the community. I don't know how many more casual there are than competitive, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. One of the things that the devs said about this was that, you know, they went up against Kings, and most of the devs are above average players. They're all pretty good, and they got decimated by Kings. The devs were using aim assist, but it didn't really help that much.
People are worried that with aim assist in the game, it's easy for new players to compete with the stronger players. But I think what we showcased today in our showcase match, I have to say that all the developers in the team are pretty much above average players. And we got wrecked by King's Clan. If that is not the ultimate proof.
So the point they were making is, like, who cares? Like, if you want to put aim assist on, you do you. You put aim assist on. If you don't want to, don't put it on. Like, if it's going to be a problem to you, just put it on. If you do well enough without it, keep it off. Don't really care, do what you want. Like, that's pretty much how they were, and I do get it. You know, when I first started playing first-person shooters on mobile, I was just atrocious. I tried using a controller for a while, and it wasn't optimized well for that. It was a live stream from iChase, and he was using like 5 or 6 fingers on his iPad, and I'm like, dang, dude, I have an iPad Pro, I can do that. I started playing the way iChase did, and then all of a sudden, I started getting a little better. Now, granted, I don't know how good I would be on a little 5S or a little Android phone. On an iPad though, I think I do pretty well. I do use like 5 to 6 fingers, which definitely helps, but I definitely used aim assist when I first started on Critical Ops. The first mobile FPS game I played was Modern Combat 5, and I was so bad they didn't have an aim assist option. I just got wrecked all the time. I went to critical ops. They did have that option, and I was slowly able to turn it down and get progressively better as time went on. I just recently went back to Modern Combat 5 for like one game and did really, really well. I think if it wasn't for the aim assist option, I probably wouldn't be where I am now because I wouldn't have had that helper. So once again, I'm not saying get rid of it. I'm just saying like get rid of the option. Like just make it go away. I know I'm on both sides of this right now. I just am so sick of hearing about it, and I know in tournaments everyone uses it. You're almost put down for using it, but everyone else is using it. It's just really frustrating, and I think if the option was gone, we wouldn't hear about it anymore, and then we would have like harmony in the community. Sorry I went on for that so long. Let's go into some more things in the updates. We have a friends list coming, which is going to be really cool. So basically what that means is if I'm in US West and you're in US East and I'm playing a game, you don't have to join region US West to find me. You just go to your friends list, you click on me, you hit join game. It does transfer you over to that server wherever the server is being hosted, but you don't have to like search for me. You don't have to go through 20 different squiggly, smiley face, crazy emoji names because they want to be at the top of the list. You just go to your friends list, click join game, and there you go. You're good. You're in their game, and now you can play with your friends. Now, I don't know if there's going to be a cap on the friends list, so if you have 1,000 friends, I'm not sure if you'll be able to add all of those 1,000 people. Maybe it'll just be 500 for now. I'm not entirely sure. They haven't talked about it, but hopefully it'll be a decently large size. I don't know how many people have 1,000 friends who play Critical Ops. I mean, if you do, more power to you, I suppose. The next thing that got brought up is VC, voice chat. Somebody asked if they will ever implement voice chat into the game, and part of the reason that got brought up is because of how close this game is to Counter-Strike. And in Counter-Strike, obviously there's built-in voice chat. You can talk to your teams, you can play ranked. All of a sudden everybody has voice chat. You're able to communicate and do well as a team. Whereas on mobile, all you're doing is typing. And if you don't have a Bluetooth keyboard like me and some others, you type really slow, so you can't even like explain where you died or give away position or anything like that quick enough. So I understand why somebody would ask about voice chat in game. I just don't think they care about that right now. Specifically, they said, for now, just use Discord. They have no plans on implementing it, and I don't think they should. I've never even seen that in a mobile game before. Granted, it might be there. I've never seen it though. So I just think it's not a very big deal. Just use like Discord, play with your friends with another voice chat, use Skype, call them, whatever you want, but I don't think it's going to be happening anytime really ever. With all this talk about Counter-Strike, of course, Counter-Strike maps got brought up, specifically D-Dust and D-Dust 2, and that was pretty much an immediate no. They want to keep the uniqueness and the originalness of the maps that they're bringing. Like Grounded is not a map for another game. Why would you take a map from another game, implement it into a different game? No matter how similar the games are, Critical Ops is not Counter-Strike Mobile. It's not, and they don't intend it to be. Granted, there are some similar things. You know, there's the AK and the M4 and some similar guns between the two. The character models look pretty similar. They have a defuse mode. Like, I get that there's similarities. It's obviously the closest thing we have to Counter-Strike Mobile. However, it is not Counter-Strike Mobile. It's not made by Valve, and they don't intend for it to be that way. Though they do have Gooseman, the creator of Counter-Strike, as an advisor to their company, they're not just going to start taking maps. You know, D-Dust 2, it's never going to happen. They're going to continue to make maps that are optimized specifically for mobile, and I think they're right in doing so. Grounded is a great map, and honestly, as the maps go on, I think they're getting better and better. Bureau is a really cool map. Grounded is probably my favorite map. I've only played it a couple times, but it's really, really good. I think more power to them for that and not wanting to be someone else. They're finding themselves within, you know, the mobile industry, and I think that's a good choice.
Like the answer to Dust and similar maps is it's no. Definitely not. Yeah, we try to strive to create our own maps that fit the game well, that are designed for the game, that look well in the game, and that have the most depth possible for our gameplay, because it is inherently different from CSGO. Even though it has many similarities, it has the same core structure, it plays and feels a lot different, and therefore the maps need to be adjusted as such as well.
Moving on, we have clans. I believe they're just in like what he said is the bare bones stages, which means they are working on clans, clan tags, and like inviting friends to clans. However, there are no clan ranks or anything like that yet. So you will be able to create a clan, change the name of the clan. I'm sure it'll cost like some amount of coins or whatever, or you can pay for it. I'm not entirely sure how that's gonna work, but there will be clan names. So, you know, I'm in Kings. We'll all have the Kings clan tag. So instead of your name being, you know, King Abs or King Lone Star or whatever, you'll have the tag. So you can just have your name, Lone Star, and it'll say Kings before it. So instead of me being King TheAppUniverse, I'll have the clan tag King. I think it's pretty awesome. I'm excited for clans, and even though it's not talked about yet, the possibility of ranking with your clan is pretty freaking awesome. Which brings me to ranked in general. Will there be team rank, solo rank? How is the rank going to work? You will be able to invite friends from your friends list to join the ranks. It sounds like it might be teamed and solo rank. Like if you don't have a team, you can go and by yourself. If you do have a team, great. You'll probably get matched up against other teams. They mentioned that there will be seasons. So I'm not sure if that'll be weekly or bi-weekly or monthly or every couple months. I didn't play a lot of Counter-Strike, and I don't know if that's how they're basing it off of. The leaderboards from ranked will reset at the end of the month or the end of the season, which is pretty nice. It gives everyone an opportunity to gain traction for that specific month instead of one team just completely dominating forever and no one ever being able to, catch up to them because 1 or 2 months they just jump so high and then no one catch up. There will be similar ranks to other games like Bronze League, Silver League, Gold League, Platinum League, etc. So you can expect to see that kind of stuff in there as well. The thing I'm most excited about for ranked is the possibility of esports coming from that. So right now, we do have tournaments and those are pretty cool. There are some decent tournaments, but we don't have like legitimate esports tournaments yet. It's with huge cash prizes or huge, amounts of competition. But ranked will definitely help make that come true because you'll be able to play against some awesome teams and we'll be able to learn who other teams are in the community. We'll be able to build rank. It won't just be scrims. We won't just be like, hey, you want to scrim today? Hey, should we do a Kings versus Kings today? We'll be playing like legitimate ranked. We'll be testing our skills against the masses and we'll be able to get better because of that. I think we'll definitely see some better tournaments in the future after ranked happens. As of right now though, as far as tournaments go, we've only had a couple. We've had Mobile Esports and we've had the Ardent VG Critical Ops tournament. So the Ardent team from Vainglory hosted a Critical Ops tournament. It was hosted by Wadi X. I talked about that in another video. Those have really been the only tournaments so far, and I think that's pretty awesome that we have had those tournaments, but I'm really excited for not that those aren't legitimate, but like legitimate tournaments, like where people hear about it and they go, holy crap, there was a mobile first-person shooter tournament, with $1,000 cash prize or 10,000 or 100,000 or whatever it gets to. Like, I don't know where this is gonna go. I don't think anyone does, but I'm excited to see where it goes, and I definitely think ranked is gonna help. Now, if you guys are interested in tournaments, there is a mobile esports tournament coming up. I believe it's in August, so registration is really soon. They specifically said on their Twitter for North America, there should be more information on the NA Critical Ops tournament soon. Start practicing and build your strongest team. Along with that, in September, October, and November, did I say October with a V? In September, October, and November, there will be a South American, Europe, and Asian tournament. And then in January, there will be a World Cup. So it sounds like there's going to be an NA, South America, Europe, and Asia winner. Then the winner of each of those will be like in this gigantic January World Cup. Like, this sounds really cool. And on their website, they mentioned that there's going to be like some crazy prizes we've never seen before, which realistically isn't that hard to do, and I'm not putting down anybody. I think that the prizes we've had so far are pretty awesome, especially for a game that's just in beta, but I am very excited to see what those prizes are if we start to see some really good esports prizes. I know a lot of people who would love to make a living out of this. I mean, I guess who wouldn't want to make a living out of playing video games, but there's some competitive people out there who are really good and deserve to make a name for themselves doing this, and I think mobile esports is doing a great job in helping this come along. The one downside to tournaments, though, is for PC players, and that is specifically because Unity is dying.
We don't find the solution for browsers dropping the Unity support, then unfortunately there won't be a web version, then there won't be any PC tournaments either.
It sounded like Critical Ops will be staying on computers through like maybe Facebook games or something. They weren't too specific about it. They're trying to figure it out. So if you're a PC player, hang in there or get a mobile device and start practicing that way.
If you know Facebook Games Arcade, that's one of the possibilities, but we're starting to look into it next week, but we cannot really confirm it yet.
And then we have releases. Now, I don't know if this means that it will be that Critical Ops will be out of beta or not, but they did say that USA, Russia, and South America are coming soon. Now, that's once again within the next 6 months. Now, they did say they're having issues in Asia that is off limits. I have no idea what it takes to get a game published, via iOS or Android in a place like Asia. I have no clue, but they're working on it. They said they can't talk about it. I was able to get almost 100,000 blue dust stuff. 100,000. So I did not unlock every gun through the case openings. Not all of them actually opened. So I went ahead and purchase every single knife. Now a knife skin is 15,000. A normal gun is 1,600. This was 15,000, and there's like, I don't know, 6 of them or something. The regular default, I'm gonna try to say this. Is it kukri? Kukri? I have no idea how to say it, but that one's 5,000, which is still a lot cheaper of a price. So I went ahead and bought, I think 20 or 25 skins, including the knives, completed my entire collection, and had only like 10,000 blue dust at the end, which is pretty crazy to have that little after having 100,000. So realistically, 1,000 cases just barely got me all the skins, which pretty much completely blows my mind. Just to recap, this was a test build. I didn't buy all those cases. I don't have that kind of money laying around. That would be crazy. So that means I don't get to keep all of these skins, but it was fun to kind of see like what you do get from them and how many cases you need to unlock all, which is, I mean, realistically, pretty much all of them. Maybe if I did 900, I'd be set, but it's kind of hard to tell. That is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a like. If you did not like the video, I have no freaking idea why you're still here. I love you all. Thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. That is a huge milestone for me in this crazy world of YouTube. I am very appreciative of each and every one of you. Once again, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next world.